Hey guys, welcome back. We got some more Project F stuff going on today.
You lied to me.
Tristan's having a little situation here.
God, it was a 12. It wasn't.
So, guys, today we're preparing the lower intake manifold. We had to go to Park Rose and buy tons of bolts for the manifold. The same bolts that go into the cylinder head are the ones that go into the exhaust portion of it. Then there's with the plenum, with the Camaro intake, there's a lot of different size bolts and different lengths. So it took us a while to figure that out and then go to Park Rose and don't put that on the machine services.
It has to be metric.
Maybe
or sorry, standard.
Here,
it has to be.
What size?
No, because even the 12 was too big. And the 10 is too small.
Oh, yeah, maybe like
so
11 or something.
Yep. Why don't we have an 11?
I don't know.
That's perfect. See, I told you it was standard the whole time. Who uses standard, you old man?
So, what I'm going to do now is, since we're using the injector holes in the cylinder head, which we can't plug, well, I guess we could, but not ideal, we're going to plug the ones that go into the Camaro intake. So we have over here a 5/8 tap, and then we bought some 5/8, what are they called? Little plugs like that. So that way we can just plug them up. Not have any issues. Hopefully we don't mess anything up there. It's the same size. This is 5/8. We also needed a stud here, or bolt, for the fuel rail, which I drilled and tapped, so we have that there. Then once that's done, I'm going to clean the surface again with some Scotch-Brite, razor blade, whatnot, and then we're probably going to clean this. Tristan's going to go and clean that right now because it still has metal shavings from where he ported it, and I guess we could port it more. We did notice that although we have the 92mm throttle body, it necks down quite significantly, even less than 2.5 inches in the neck. So probably not going to, but something we can do.
Yeah, I just need to bring my grinder over here if you want to do that.
Yeah, you got one more in the back, I think. And then one last piece to mention. I don't know where it went. Where'd my exhaust piece that I welded up go? Where is it? Well, it's gone. I welded up a piece of stainless for the first time. I did post on Instagram story about that, which was pretty cool. I didn't mess it up, and it came out pretty decently. Yeah, still need more technique, but I mean, there are literally no holes in this, and this would work. There's a lot of sugaring on the inside because I did not back purge it. So when we do Tristan's exhaust, we're definitely going to have to back purge it so we don't cause that mix the weld stronger. But I'm also going to be buying a new welder here soon because although this one does the job, I just want something that's better, more advanced. So we'll still use this for MIG
welder
welding.
for sale soon, guys.
No, we need this for MIG welding still.
We just bought one, but you know what? David's like, you know what? This welder's not gonna work. We need a new one.
Yep.
And I'm like, Davis, but that's what you said about the last one. He's like, I know, but
we got to do it. Doesn't matter.
Got to do it.
Nice. So throttle body's off. That can stay there. I did clean up this surface and take off the RTV.
I'm getting pranked. I'm gonna go wash this up.
Okay.
Oh, what the hell? Hello.
One other thing I'd like to mention, we did get the back cover gasket, so I got the back cover on, and all the bolts on the back, I put some RTV on the heads, so I noticed that whenever we've taken apart stock one of these, they always have like the silicone thing near the top, so kind of replicated that. And then also with the back cover and the front cover, I actually got a straight edge, like a metal triangle, and made sure that the front cover to the block was completely flat, as well as the rear cover to the back. That way it gives us the best seal for the oil pan, so it's completely flat. Put RTV in the corners where the covers meet, and hopefully we'll finally have an oil pan that doesn't leak. It probably will leak because these cars just leak a lot, but did get that set, so we're good there. I'm now going to go ahead and start attempting to tap these. I did tap this for 14 mil, but that was just a bit too small, so we're gonna run this 5/8 tap through all of these, and then we can plug them, then we can clean up the surface, like I said, finally bolt it down to the engine with the new lower intake manifold gaskets, do the plenum gaskets. Then we'll basically have the completed motor. If we have enough time, we're going to get the coil bracket on, as well as the alternator, just to check clearances and stuff. And then at that point, we're good to put the motor mounts on and finally put it back onto the subframe here. And then we can start fabricating the turbo system, because we have our whole to-dos here. So there's probably some stuff that's missing, but we're definitely going to follow these just to make sure we don't miss anything. Alright guys, you can see that this is now threaded, so this should go in perfectly fine, which it does. So, honestly it doesn't feel like a very tight fit, but we're going to put some pipe tape on there and see how that goes. Basically, this is just where the injector would go, so an O-ring was able to keep, you know, pressure out. This is just, you know, we shouldn't see anything crazy through this, so I'm going to go put some pipe, well, we got to clean it first, but once we install these, we're going to put a bunch of pipe tape on there, or we could even use some RTV. That actually might be better. Just a bunch of black RTV, the flexible stuff, and we should be able to make a good seal with that. So you saw the process of that. I'm going to go and do every single one of these, and I will be back. Alright guys, I got all the injector holes tapped, so they all thread now. We kind of discussed it a little bit, and basically there's another injector here that's going to be actually firing, and that could expose the whatever we seal this with to some gasoline, which is not good. So we're thinking about wrapping it in a shit ton of PTFE tape for a good seal, and then at the top putting some RTV to seal it. Might even put some RTV on the bottom to try sealing it, but that gets pretty tight right there, is depending on how deep it goes. So I don't know, we'll see about how we're going to seal it. This isn't like an NPT type fitting, so it's not like it tapers down. It's like a coarse thread the entire way down. So I'm going to go clean this now. Just cover it in some of our super clean, you know, degrease it, hit it with a brush, and then rinse it. That's what Tristan's doing here right now, because we noticed that there's still quite a bit of gunk if you like put your finger up in here. You can see a little bit like there. So kind of just have to do our best to clean it out best we can, because you don't want any of that shit going into the cylinder heads.
Yeah, for sure.
But once we have these cleaned, we can finally put it on here, put some RTV in the corners, do our gaskets. I did clean these surfaces, so they should be really smooth, although I did put tape on them, so hopefully it doesn't leave any sticky residue like it did with this one. I think we just have to take it off slower and not rip it off. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and clean this. Tristan's cleaning that, and we'll be back. Alright guys, we are back. We have the lower intake manifold and the upper intake manifold cleaned out and dried. This one we just put the heat gun in and blocked off the ports or whatever, and this is still too hot to the touch, so that should evaporate the water in there. Doing a very small bead of RTV. I'd also do it in the corners.
Yeah.
That's a good bead. Let's see. Just want a little bit hot, go up onto the cylinder a little bit.
And then we'll also do that corner as well on top of this.
We would always just put it on and then do the corners, so doing this is new precaution.
There we go.
Just like that, so hopefully that seals it. Also, don't people put it on the top too?
Yeah, once the gasket's there, they do. Or actually, no, I think that they just put it on the top in those corners and then put the gasket on, and then it's good.
Okay. But yeah, I also cleaned and Scotch-Brighted all of the surfaces, so this should be like as flat and best seal as possible for this. Now we can get... Here, I might just...
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you have to get... We have too many scenarios where we've had leaks, so we're overzealous with this shit.
Yep.
Because we don't want more leaks, especially on this one. It's going to be harder to pull the intake off.
Yeah, for sure. It will be a lot harder.
Okay, so now we get these gaskets on. Do you want to run RTV around the perimeter of these things?
No.
Like even a thinnest layer?
Because we did that for the Bonneville, and not that I'm saying we have problems with it.
That's true.
But I feel like
I trust these. I sanded
needed,
I cleaned up the gasket surfaces. It should be good.
I really hope so that it won't need it, but you know.
Oh yeah, then don't you put RTV in the corners again there?
We have before. And we can again.
I would say it's worth a shot, just a little bit. Yeah, that's good. Nice.
Here you go.
All right, guys. Okay.
So
Now limb time.
where's it at?
It's right there.
Okay.
Just double check, make sure it's like dry on the gasket surfaces. I cleaned it with isopropyl alcohol and we sanded it.
Like you can really tell the
Yep.
coolant channels
Ate it
just
away.
really eat it around. I don't know why it does that.
Here. And then what we'll do is we'll set it on and we'll get the bolts kind of in. We will not torque it down. We'll let it set for 10 minutes and then we torque it down.
You showed them what you did with tapping those, like after
Yep.
you're done?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yikers. To the left. Right there. We got nice flare-headed bolts, so
Are these all them?
Yeah.
Oh, not quite all of them, but
That one feels really tight for some reason.
we might
I
have
grabbed the wrong one.
Might have to chase the threads because I think they're the same.
That one just is dirty or something. It's not misaligned. I can see it perfectly.
Yeah, we might just have to chase the threads. And they probably have RTV in them. Is probably what it is.
Oh yeah,
Because I saw some of them did.
just gummed up.
Had like old black RTV in it.
I see. Just pushing RTV all around just so we have better fucking seal. I don't want leaks.
What if this one ends up to be like our tried and true reliable? And
You know,
not my daily driver.
Right. So that one was one that was kind of
okay.
bad. But this kind of visualizes it, guys. This is where the Camaro injectors would sit. So since we're not using them, we could have just possibly put like a dummy set of injectors in there, and those would seal because, you know, injectors seal normally. And also, is the possibility of running dual injectors on a setup like this would be interesting, you know, if you needed that much fuel.
It'd be cool to like put meth injectors there.
Yeah. Yeah, you're supposed to depress the tab.
Oh, you're supposed to press a tab? I was
Yeah.
just twisting.
Yeah.
I broke that.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yikes.
Oh, I hope I caught the plastic, but I hope that I didn't break any more plastic. We'll just take the valve cover off, but
we're good. It's not like
I hope I didn't leave any in there.
It'll be fine. Plastic is fine.
It's not
It's
good.
fine.
We'll run it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one's the shitty one.
There's like a torque sequence to this, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just kind of putting a little bit of pressure on
I've
the...
always
up
thought
here.
like getting the four corners, but like in a star sequence makes the most sense considering that's where the RTV is.
Yeah.
However, it's always like inside out.
Weird. Yeah, inside out. Yeah, that makes sense.
But I feel like outside in makes more sense on this application. But then again, not an expert.
Oh, show.
Anybody I get information from is pretty much not an expert too. Like on all the forum posts, none of those people are expert. No, some people claim, oh, I'm a GM technician and this, that, and the other.
You just don't want to admit how right they are.
Like everyone on the LS1 forums. I don't know about them.
Yep. Yeah, the thing with that type of stuff is like there's just so many people who can voice their thoughts.
Exactly.
Doesn't mean everyone's right.
They like to state it as fact most of the time.
Here, I'm gonna close the garage door since we don't really need it open anymore.
Okay, and then do we have a thread chaser for exactly this thread? I doubt it.
I'll check. You haven't tightened any of these down, right?
Nope.
Just seated them.
Yep.
Nice. We got light again. Okay. Yeah, so we need to now at this point.
Oh, that's so weird. That's right. That's right. These bolts are in such a weird spot because, like, you know, in the supercharged lower intake manifold, you can see all of them, even if they're kind of like hidden down here.
Yeah.
And I remember when we were first taking this off, because of the gasket covers this.
Yeah,
this
we didn't know.
We couldn't figure out how to get it apart.
Same with the bolts that went into the top plenum portion.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, guys, so we're going to be putting these plugs in. You can see right here we got one in already, and we did pipe tape around it, and with that, I can't actually unscrew by hand anymore, so it's tight enough for sure not to worry about it. Well, I mean, there's still worry. I don't know how all this works with it, but I mean, an injector with an O-ring is able to hold, you know, whatever, you know, it's seeing the boost pressure and anything like that, so we shouldn't really be having any issues.
Yeah, theoretically,
Oh no.
Theoretically behind the valves, it's only seeing vacuum, not boost, so I think it will be fine.
Well, once there's boost pressure in there, it will.
Oh yeah, we're turboing it.
Yep. And we also gauged like how deep it goes in there, and it barely comes up, so there's no actual threads exposed or tape exposed. So it would need to be able to get past the thread first before it can actually hit the tape. But if that happens, then who knows? We might put some RTV on the top, but I just lay it on real thick. Just get all as much pipe tape on there as I can so it's a snug fit.
Yeah, I was thinking about possibly just putting a small little circle of RTV around this without blocking the actual like hole of this, so we can still, you know, take it out. But I'm thinking with this we might not need to, because with the what is it, pipe tape? Yeah, with the tape, it's
very sturdy.
We're no longer able to screw it loose with our hands with the socket, so that's good at least. So we know that it's actually like.
I can see. I can't.
And before we could thread it and unthread it all the way with our hands super easily.
I showed him how easy it was to do it by hand.
Which that was why we kind of started worrying.
Yeah, but with the pipe tape, it's good.
Yeah.
And this isn't interfering any more than an injector would on flow.
Yeah, it really
it's actually less because the injector probably sits a little bit deeper than this.
And then also you can kind of see where the casting comes out to support where the injector goes in, and I ground down a lot off that. So pretty much like the casting is a lot more of a restriction than that would ever be, even if these were to go out or thread as much as they can. It would bottom out and stop before it became a restriction anyways, is what I think. But I really took a lot off that because it's not really needed. Where'd it go? Oh, Jesus.
We're knocking everything
over.
Oh,
fuck, everything's going down.
Well, guys, yeah, if you have a recommendation on how to seal these better, I mean, JB Weld would probably be the best way to do it.
That's a permanent solution.
Yeah, they wouldn't be coming out. But obviously, we're not planning on taking these out. All right, guys, we're torquing down the lower intake manifold here. We're basically just doing it in like outside or inside out and doing it in steps. So right now we're doing 10 foot-pounds, and then we're probably going to end up at like 17 or 18 foot-pounds for this guy. I think the torque specs are between 17 to 22, but we just, with the aluminum and everything, we're just going to go with this. We also don't want to completely crush the gasket. You want a little bit of like squish on it, so I think this will offer the best between that. And I covered the whole thing kind of just in a very, very thin layer of Vaseline, so when we put the gasket on, it seats it properly. I mean, it has dowels, but there's some stuff, especially up here, that it kind of moves, so we want it to stay in the correct spot. Oddly, I bought this off Rock Auto, this gasket set, and I bought the Male or whatever the hell it's called, M-A-H-L-E, Malay. And I got a Victor Rines kit, and you can differentiate on Rock Auto if you want the Victor Rines kit or the Male one. But if you look on the back of this, the part number is Male, and this has the part number for Male, but this is Victor Rines, so.
Which means that they probably make the exact same gaskets in the exact same factory and ship them the same.
Exactly.
And the price difference is all
I should check, actually, if the Victor Rines was cheaper, because I did buy the Male.
Yep, you should see.
Oh, man. This was like $15, so I mean, obviously not a lot, but...
It's like goddamn breaking the bank here, Davis.
Seriously, I can't afford the budget.
Okay.
That's probably good, right? Just double checking all of
Yep.
them. So, line up them dowels. Cool. There we go.
Nice.
You can see it pushes it up a little bit with the little O-rings. So, we have these assortment of bolts that we need to kind of figure out where they go.
We do gotta figure it out.
Which ones are which and what does what.
So I believe this one is that.
Yep. Alright guys, so we're kind of at an impasse here. We did look around for what we bolt the coils to, so this is it here. And we thought it would go over here, but we don't have the bracket. We did have a flattened bracket that we believe housed the coils right here. We did grab the old Camaro fuel rails, but we can't use them since we've blocked those off. Also, we just have the cylinder head injector ports, so not using it, but we did source this just to make sure that this doesn't bolt to it. And if you look at it, it doesn't, because the bolt holes are just too small.
And it also could, like we saw in some pictures, like bolts coming up for that exact thing to mount to.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make sense for this.
It doesn't bolt in at all here.
And plus, these aren't round holes. These are like, you know, bolt head type holes, what are those, like pentagons? So where we're at now is like looking at old footage and then asking some friends about it, and then maybe source one from a friend and then get it and mount the coils, and then we can put the stock spark plugs on it. But if we do have to remount it, then we won't be afraid to make our own spark plugs to length, since we already did that and then threw them away because we made them for a very specific location where the coils were going to be. Then suddenly, well, we're not going to locate them there, so we wasted time and money. But the MSD kit is not very expensive. So we got the limb bolts. All right. Tap injector holes. I'll do it thinner so we can still see it.
Yeah.
Replace injector O-rings. We've replaced half.
Yeah.
Do bolt on limb. Did that. Let's see. We're hoping to do that today.
Yeah.
Let's see. Anything else we've done today? Mock up turbo manifold. That's current. Fabricate turbo system. Still.
The rest look like we're still waiting on stuff. So.
Yep. Still waiting on stuff.
I mean, that's 3 items off the list.
That is 3 items, so that's actually not bad.
Look at this thing, guys.
All the piping.
Epic.
It's got a lot of work. A lot of work.
Yep. Yeah, we thought we were way ahead with a lot of the stuff, like when we had the motor in Project F, when we were doing supercharged, and then,
Yeah, but it's for the best, and I think a lot of this stuff, once we actually get rolling every day, we'll start going, because I see a lot of this stuff is just install, and we have a lot of those things. And then I need to just like get a list of things to buy, because I procrastinate and I forget. And so when I have like a list of things that I need to buy for a project in front of me, it's much easier just to buy all of it and then have it. And then
speaking of that, we need to probably update this Camaro spreadsheet, because that might
100%.
be a little out of date.
Do we even have the turbo on there?
Yeah, well, yeah, we have some of that stuff, so that can be referenced. I need to update stuff that we've already purchased, because there's clearly, like, we bought this T3 to T4 adapter. On the turbo's away now, but we have the 4-bolt 3-inch. We have the exhaust pieces. We have the wastegate. We have a lot of this stuff.
We should put the welder in there too. Maybe some of the specialty tools that we bought along the way to make it happen. Because people might enjoy that.
True.
But like we're talking about right now, the spreadsheet, everything that we bought for the Camaro roughly is on there. So if you want to like follow along or like know good parts to buy, then they're on there. All right, so
yeah,
I think that's all we got for today. Tune in next week for more of this. We're just gonna try and truck
hopefully
this thing out.
Hopefully, if we play our cards right, we can have the brackets on, make the spark plugs, and very possibly have it on the subframe over here, because at that point, that's all we really need. And
God, I hope so.
That'll do it. So
I hope it just runs this race season.
Yeah, if it don't run this race season, we're selling it. Just kidding. It should be running this race season.
Just kidding. No one will buy it.
Yeah. Well. Anyways, guys, definitely check out some of our other videos. Do a bunch of different stuff. We have a running Bonneville that's going to get a new built transmission, and
soon.
We also realized that the Bonneville was using a 3.4-inch pulley instead of the 3-inch, so we're going to be putting more boost on it. We had
we were wondering the whole time why I wasn't getting as much boost as I was, but I put a 3.4 pulley on it and then forgot about it, and then me and Davis can't remember why I went back down.
Yeah, I don't know. Just with a new build.
Why did I do that?
I don't even know. So, yeah, that'll do it, guys. Check out other videos. Leave a like on the video, helps to get out, and subscribe to the channel.